Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. Quite slightly loud, that'll be fine. That's better than being quiet. Evening, guys. I'll get rid of the echo. Evening, guys. Welcome to HOR Season 12. We are round 5 at the Imola Grand Prix. Hopefully it should be a good race. It was decent on Monday. A bit of rain would never hurt. This track as well. Almost went to inters, or I think it did on the last lap on Monday, which was interesting. A few of us stayed out on the drier tyre and it seemed to pay off towards the end. But we'll see how these guys get on tonight anyway. Evening, Mick. I will catch up with everything on there. That's alright, buddy. I know you would have enjoyed your film night tonight. I know you like a good black and white film. While we're just waiting for people to ready up though, I will go through the table. There was a big change last week with, I think Keke now has last two results have been 11th. Smalley wasn't here last week either, so a couple of people jumped up a few places and it's tightened it right up at the top when I can find it. Okay, so Keke's on 80, yeah, last two Miami Grand Prix and the Bahrain Grand Prix finished 11th, so they're on 80 points in first. Med TC's on 74. Smalley wasn't here last week. He was overtaken by two people. He's on 73. Zero's caught up as well, finishing 5th. He's on 73. JN Tex still finishing inside that top 8. Finished every race as well. He's on 69 in 5th. Rudy's on 64. Flex is on 52 in 7th. Steve-O's on 48. David Enchu's on 46. Clarkie's on 40 in 10th. I believe Clarkie isn't here tonight, I think I saw somewhere. So that's not going to help him. After a podium last week, it's a bit of a shame not to have him here this week. Pelly's in 11th on 29. Mr. Rage is also on 29. Chris is on 25. G-Max, I believed, was last week's debut, finishing 4th. He's in 14th on 18. Nick's on 18. Chubby Slugs on 16. Macho, Storm and Chris Stapps make up 17th, 18th and 19th on 8 points, and everyone else has 0. There are 3 reserves that I know of tonight. Possibly 4. With some... Oh, Tom's here as well. That's interesting. I think it might even be his first race. No, he was here for the first race, actually. He got podium. He finished 3rd. Then wasn't here for the 2nd. But I remember he was very fast from last season. It's a shame he hasn't been here, but it has been a very, very tight league at the moment. Obviously, with Jensen being a reserve and only being here a few times, it's opened the league completely up for anyone. I mean, they've had 3 people on first. On the podium, they've had 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 different people on the podium, covering only 4.5 races, so including the sprint. Dry weather though for quali. I will enable all this for you guys. Mr. Allen for the win. He has a good result in him. He just needs to concentrate, and he'll do all right soon. He'll get there. He needs some points anyway. He's being carried pretty hard by Smalley anyway. But it shows in the constructors, because Red Bull have 137, AlphaTauri are second with 117, 113 is Alpine, Ferrari's on 107, and Alfa Romeo's on 103, Mercedes on 89. Williams are on 82, McLaren 55, Aston Martin 52, and Haas are only on 24. we'll get back to the stream. Evening, Chris. Good luck tonight, buddy. We'll sit with whoever was... I don't need tyres. Who is out first anyway? It's one of the AlphaTauris. Is it Zero? Yeah. Don't remember, we'll just check audio. When my phone loads. But he'll be the first one out anyway. Let's see how he can get on. Corner one as well. It's not impossible to miss your braking point, but it's not easy as well. Clipped a couple of curves on the inside there. It's a good line through there. It looked pretty clean as well. Just drops a couple of gears, takes that slightly... It seemed alright actually. I thought he was going to go wide there, but he seemed to be able to cut it in quite nicely. Hairpin looked like he had a good run up there as well. Double right-handers not always easy, especially when you're putting the first time on the board. Track's not completely rubbered in, but sector 2, I missed his first. It's 50.6. Try and catch people as they go through as well. That looked alright through that chicane. See if he can just hit the last couple of corners. I think that looked alright through there actually. It's going to be in a 1:16.2. Oh, Chris is already round. Look, we'll try and find someone who's coming to the line. Evening, Stephen. Find someone who's actually on a lap. Jensen's done a 1:15.5 there from Jensen. Macho's done a 1:15.4. Very, very good times from both of them there. We'll try and find someone who's actually coming into... There's a lot of cars in the end, last sector here. The Extremist done a 1:17.1. Rob's done a 1:16.9. That's okay from him. Christap's there with a 1:16.7. I will check this audio. Audio's fine. That's fine. VSR. Stephen would rock that league. We'll see how Pelly got on. He did all right here on Monday. He got his first, I think his first win this season actually. He did do very well. It might have been Bahrain actually, but he is, isn't he, Mike? Mick, he's an absolute gent. He's gone wide there, so that's an invalidation from Pelly. David Enchu's also on an invalidated lap, so is Nick. Mr. Rage is right behind his teammate here on the lap, not invalidated, so we'll see where he can get up to. Slightly struggled in this league. I think he's just had a few incidences, but he's definitely got the pace there. It just shows, look, 1:15.8. He's only 4/10 off pole, 3/10 off Jensen, but I think he'll be happy with that lap actually for now. Pelly was on an invalidated lap, so was Nick maybe on another one. So might David Enchu, so we'll keep an eye on their sector times as they come in. .24.8 from Nick. LFR, we'll call him LFR, that's fine. 16.8 from him, just puts him 7th at the moment, just in front of Rob by a 10th. I think Nick just got away with one there, he went slightly too wide. Oh, he's gone very wide there. He has let off, but That'll definitely hurt his lap. We'll nip on with Flex. He's just started his lap. He's doing all right. He's in the top 10 in the championship at the moment. He looked like he took that first sector pretty well anyway. We'll keep an eye out for his time. A bit wide on the hairpin, but then that might give him a bit of a better traction coming up here. I do miss that first sector quite badly though. 50.5, so he's not actually that far off some of these front people who were around the 50 mark as well. Last sector is very, very tight as well between times because it's literally 2 corners and a chicane. The chicane you can literally lose half a second if you mess it up. If you nail it, it's pretty good. 1:16.0, that's a good lap from him actually. It puts him 6th and he's just lost the car. Overexcited there a little bit with probably a top 6. But I think he'll be happy. He'll be able to come back in anyway. See how Tom's getting on. Tom is on a lap. Bring back the chicane. Stephen, if I knew what you knew, I'd understand. Missed on the second sector there. It was purple on my screen. He took a. Whoa! He didn't like that. Did not like that being on that curb. He couldn't brake on it. 114 flat. Oh. We'll go. Zero's putting a 1:16.2 there as well. His teammate's just in front of him. He's not on a lap. Try and find someone who might actually be on a lap. Possibly 1.8 seconds down. Yeah, I don't know. You can explain it all you want, I won't know. Med TC's up through sector 1 anyway. We'll keep on with him. He's having a pretty decent season as well. Didn't have a great time at Bahrain. He had an issue going up the hill late on, but he's had some good results this season. That looked very nice through there as well. I missed the sector time. It's not great for me. That looked a lot better actually than some of these other guys. It looked like he carried a lot more speed through that first corner. It's a 1:15.1. He's gone pole by 3/10. That may have just been through that last sector. That was a hell of a last couple of corners from Med there. Going with Smalley is he's coming in the pit, so he must not be happy with the lap that he was going to set. Rob's coming into the end of his lap and Kristaps is on an out lap. Just flick on with Kristaps. Blush. Rob will probably want to improve on his 16.9. Probably try and get down to at least a low 16 here. Look, 1:16.2. That's a good lap from Rob. He's only a 10th off David Enchu at the moment. If he can try and sit inside that top 10, I think he'll be very, very happy. I think that was Kristaps who just passed him. Yeah, he is on a lap. We'll see how Kristaps gets on. Another driver who I think improved greatly from last season. Obviously in HOR this season. Different game, maybe not got used to it straight away, but the pace is there in this guy. He's done very well from where he was a couple of seasons back, I feel. You two love a bit of autocorrect, didn't you? We'll get Kristaps. He's on a 1:15.8, so he's a 10th and a half up at the moment, but he's only off. He invalidated his lap, didn't he? So it wouldn't matter. We'll see how much time he can get. 10th and a half won't actually move. It'll only move him up 1. He needs to find at least half a second if he wants to go up a couple of places. I think he's got better internet. Yeah, just like me, I found some better internet as well. He's found half a second. He's found almost 6.5 tenths there. He's moved him up to 7th. Just behind Flex there by a tenth, and only just in front of David Enchu, who is on his way back out. You see how Chris is getting on his second run. A couple of right-handers there look pretty decent from Chris. 50.3, so he's on for the front of this these lots lot as well. Top 5 here if he can just nail these last 2 corners. It might even push him up nearer to Meds. That did look very good from Chris there actually for those last 2. So I reckon he'll be up there in the 15.1, 2. Oh, the 15.6. That's still okay. It might be half a second off of Med, but he's up in that top 5. He will have enough time to go around, come in and get a lap in as well. Keke's just invalidated their lap, so they're not running through. Mr. Rage, so we'll keep on with Mr. Rage. He's a 10.5 up as well, so at the moment he's moving up in front of Chris just. If he can find another couple of tenths, he'll be on the front row with 5 minutes left. I am waiting for Adam to come out of the pit actually. He had quite a nice bit of pace round here, both races on Sunday and Monday. He was just one of the unfortunates who went on to the Inter. I think he took his hards about 27, 28 laps though. It was a great effort. A 1:15.2 from Mr. Rage. He improved by over half a second as well. He's literally 200ths off the Med's time. These guys are all out on track. We'll go down to JNTEX actually, seeing as he hasn't put in a lap yet. 50.6 through second sector, so he's on par with where Chris was really. He's only a couple of tenths off there, so he could easily slide in the top 8 here. The last couple of corners look decent as well. Oh, he's Jim I should really keep an eye on the 1:16.2 from JNTech. So he slots in 11th there. Evening, Jim. Can't wait for the cross-play. Get Cameron back here and see how much he's improved as well. Zero's going to come in the pit. Have we got someone? Adam's on an out lap. He's going very slow, so we'll try and catch someone who's on an actual lap here. Flex has moved himself up to 4th there with 1:15.2. I'd missed that. Macho is having a bit of fun on track. In fact, that's Macho in front of Adam. The Haas behind, I believe, is also on an. That's Jay and Tech. If Jay, no, he's not on a lap. Macho and Flex, I think theirs were invalidated. Well, Flex, no, Macho's got. I think he's just eating up his tyres or waiting. He might come in the pit and run out of fuel. It looks like then Nick and Adam will be the next ones to actually do a lap. We'll stick on with Adam. Like I said, he had a nice decent bit of pace here on Sunday and Monday. Couple of cars coming out the pit, but that's not going to get in the way of where Adam's lap here. Looked pretty decent there through sector 1. 25.2. I would know if that made any difference to others, but I think I've missed quite a few of those sectors here. see how he gets on at the top of this hill and the double right-hander. Rides the curb nicely up there. 51.8. He's quite a far way down actually. I thought he'd be a bit further up, but it looks a lot faster than what it seems. He's going to be in a 16 or a 17. He's going to be in a 17.6. He might have a bit of fuel on, going for 2 laps. He's only got one more to do. Smalley's 24.1 through the first sector. Macho is retired, so he won't improve on his lap. See if anyone can get in front of him. Everyone's out on track now. There might be a few bumping down a little bit. A 50 flat from Smalley. This is a great lap. He might have lost a couple of tenths there coming out of the chicane there. He had to kind of let off so he didn't go wide. Last couple of corners look pretty decent though. I think he may just 1:15.2. Yeah, he puts himself 4th. Maybe it's only, look at that. The tie, I mean, he's 600ths off of Med and he's 4th. It's not even a tenth. Even Flex isn't a tenth behind. He's 999, but it's incredible. Jensen's not going to improve his lap. Mr. Rage isn't up. Med's up by almost a tenth here going into the last sector. This will definitely put some pressure on some of those others, especially if they aren't going to get another lap in. It gives him a couple of tenths to play with if they are on a lap. Oh, he's just invalidated his lap as well, so he's not going to improve and he can't go round again. Mr. Rage will be done as well. Jensen managed to get over the line. We'll try and find some of the guys who are coming to the end of their laps. Kristaps isn't on a lap there. Nick's just finished his on a 1:16.1. Rob's going through sector 2. We'll go on with David Enchu. I know there's a McLaren and a Red Bull. It might be Pelly actually. Yeah, it is Pelly. We'll keep an eye on Pelly. Took a lot of that second last curb. He's invalidated, so he's not going to improve his lap either. Who was in front of Rob? Was it David Enchu coming in? Oh, he's invalidated his lap as well. Got Zero behind him on the lap though. David Enchu's going around, he's in the wall. Zero's going to do a 1:15 here, 1:15.7, pushing himself up to 10th. Rob's going around and he's in the wall into the last corner. He will not improve. JNTEX is not going to improve at all there. We'll try and see what Flex is doing, or LFR. I think Flex is not on a lap. He's invalidated. LFR is also invalidated. Rob got into the pit. I don't know if he did a mat man there and crossed the track, but I think that is quali over. So no one, I believe, maybe 1 or 2 people improved on their penultimate lap. That's a great lap there from Flex, only being not even a tenth off. Not even a tenth covering the first 5 cars is unreal. With Chris just sitting behind them as well by by half a tenth, half a tenth. It's all very, very close. And that's one way to retire your car. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Right, so that's quali. Med TC will take pole. Rage is second. It's a good lap from him, only 200ths off. Jensen third, Smalley 4th, Flex 5th. Chris is 6th, Macho 7th, LFR's 8th, Kristaps is 9th, Zero is 10th, Keke's 11th, Nick is 12th, David Enchu 13th, Rob will be 14th, JNTEX is 15th, Pelly 16th, The Extreme is 17th, Adam is 18th, and Tom didn't get a time in. That is very close. Yeah, you're right, Chris. There's only a tenth between the first top 5. 2.5 tenths really between the top 7. Even 8 to 11th is still only at 2 tenths between them. I know it's mad, innit? This race could be very, very close. Obviously, if 5 people are battling at the front doing same lap times, it then brings the guys in who are only 2 tenths behind anyway. So I do feel sorry for the people at the back of the train down the straight, because it isn't easy to overtake cars who also have DRS. No, Chris is going to get his head down. He's going to have a good race. No silly penalties. Look at P18, Adam. What a start. I know your starts are godlike as well. I want to see you up into 8th before turn 1. I think I've made up about 15 places over the last 2 races up from the start line, so it can be done. He's playing the long game. Yeah, he's going to start on softs. He might go soft hard, you never know. Worked to Bahrain for me anyway, but tracks are different. I think I would have done it Sunday actually. We had a weird glitch here where it said we had to use the medium compound. Sorry, Michael. We are going to have a formation lap. It seems to have sorted itself out as well. Playing 4D chess. He is starting on hard, so it is a long game for Adam here. We've got a split kind of here. Extremist is on mediums. He's going to want to try and get as good a start as possible there to try and get at least up to some of these guys on mediums. Keke and 11th on mediums. They're the only 2 outside of the top 10 who aren't on hards. Zero and Temporary is on hards. Christap's mediums. LFR hards. Macho's mediums. Chris is hards. Flex is mediums. He'll want to try and get past Smalley, possibly Jensen and Mr. Rage as well. Med TC is on mediums. We saw this from Meds. We have seen this from Med quite a few times this season, where he's chosen the better tyre at the start to kind of bridge a gap where he doesn't need to be messing around or battling with people, and it has helped him. I think he went for a 2-stop possibly at Bahrain as well, which may have worked. Well, it was working until the couple of laps from the end where he had an issue, but Mr. Rage is in a great place here, front grid. He just has to try and keep these guys behind him. Flex will be the worry for some of these, I think. Macho's also on a medium, so one side of the grid, all the way from 5th, 7th, 9th and 11th, they're all on mediums. They might be on the right-hand side. In fact, they're on the left. So we'll keep an eye out on that side of the grid. I mean, Jensen might be in a bit of trouble there. I know he's in 3rd, but he is the only one on that left-hand side up to 11th place on the hard tyre. A lot of people getting disqualified here in the middle of the track. We'll wait for the lights though, seeing as we're waiting for the last car just to turn up there and gets disqualified. So we'll wait for the lights. 1 light, 2 light, 3, 4 lights, 5 lights. Very long lights, and we're off. And it looked like Mr. Rage probably got a decent start as Med. There's a few cars there going side by side. It hasn't given. The one car's already hit the back, and Flex didn't have a great start there. Smalley's had an okay start. A few cars have hit each other. JN Texas got a 5-second penalty. Kristaps went up quite a few places off the start there. Macho's gained probably about 3. I don't know who went round. I think it might have been David Enchu actually. He's the only one who's not moved. Zero did not move off the starting line. So Zero is out. There is a yellow flag sector 1, 2 and 3. I don't think it's early enough for a safety car. 2 corners because the car didn't move off the line. While we figure out what's going on. Yeah, Macho had a great start there. He's on that medium though, so that would have helped. He gained all 3 places off that left-hand side, apart from Jensen's. 3 of them in front, 2 of them are on mediums, and Med's on the hard. Smalley lost that place, and so did Flex is down 1. Kristaps did have a good start. He moved up 2. Chris lost 2. We are back racing, by the way. There was no safety car, just yellow flag. Keke all over the back of Chris here, up 2 as well. LFR was down 2. We'll go to the front to see if there's any moves. See if anyone can make a move. See if people burn their ERS here. It's very, very easy to burn your ERS very quickly. These guys seem all right. Smalley and Flex have the least. In fact, Flex is going to make a move here. Oh, and there's been contact. And they've both come on back on track in a bit of a weird way. That did not help Kristaps. They're going to go... Kristaps had to kind of go off track there to get out of that one. I think it was Keke who snuck through, but Flex is now going to go around the outside. He's going to get better traction coming out the bottom of that corner, but Keke won't have the run on him going up there. They've left a big gap. That mistake from one of those guys, I think, I'm not really sure what happened there. There was contact and then they just didn't turn. They kind of just kept going on. Yeah, it might have been off the curb. We'll leave it till after though, Stephen. Keke's moved up 4 now. That's good from them. They need a good result after the last 2 outside the top 10. On that medium compound, is going to go for a move on Flex here. On the inside, broke a bit early, but Flex covered off the corner anyway. Chris is looking all right in this still. Kristaps, I don't know if he picked up any damage. He lost a few places there, medium to hard or soft, medium hard, or some of these hards. Jensen's already, well, he's out of DRS. We're on the 3rd lap. He's back within DRS. He was just sitting out. These front 4 guys are all around 40% ERS. Macho's doing great on 92. He's the only one who's really, as Flex gets back past Keke there. Chris is just sitting back and watching this at the moment, but there's not much he can really do. There is a big train. In fact, side by side with Tom's moved up 8 places when he makes this move if he can. He's going to have to go around the outside. And LFR just kind of withdrew the position. Probably smart. There's nothing needed too crazy there. But Tom's already moved up 8 into 11th. He is on that hard compound as well. There's been a few here with time penalties as well. Extremist and JNTEX will lose theirs. So the only one, Adam's the first one with the corner cut. Let's see if he can catch up as well. Right, so MedTC on that medium compound has pulled away a bit. He's out the DRS of Mr. Rage. He didn't get it. Jensen did get DRS. Macho's still all over the back of him. Smalley, he's pretty much on his own a little bit here. He's 3.5 seconds behind Macho, but he's got a 1.5 seconds because Flex and Keke keep battling here. It's very good. Is Flex going to go for another move there? He's going to make... No, he backs out. Probably a good idea because Keke made a mistake there, so he's going to get through now. I don't know if anyone else is making a move here. Tom's didn't get the traction he wanted out of that corner, but he's already dropped LFR by 1 second. Rob's back in 15th as well. I think there might have been a bit of a... When there was the... I don't know what happened to David Enshu off the start, but maybe that's what caused the issue here. Tom went in front of JNTEX a little bit there and then got pushed back behind. We'll see if Jensen's going to make a move down this DRS straight. I know he's 8.5 tenths behind, but 9. Mr. Rage is doing pretty well there. He has fallen off the back. Yellow flag. I think that's Pelly. There's been an incident and Pelly, he is still going. It looks like he doesn't have damage to his wing. So he's going to carry on. We'll go back to Jen. Oh, in fact, Macho's got past Jensen. Macho's on that medium compound though. He had to make that move. He kind of has to get as close and is get past Mr. Rage and try and break that DRS as well. As Tom's moved up another place, he's got past Chris Stapps. He's going to try and get that 1.8 second gap down to Chris. But Smalley, he's still sticking there with the gap. Obviously Flex and Keke keep fighting each other. It's just going to cause each of them to fall off the back of him. Is Keke? No, Keke's not going to make a move up the hill this time. Macho's only 4/10 behind Mr. Rage, so I think he'll make a move next lap on the start. Keke got past Flex there under DRS. Flex will have it on the way back, but Chris might have a look at one of these two here as well. I doubt definitely Macho's getting past here. MedTC hasn't actually pulled away as fast as I thought he would on Mr. Rage. It's still 1.6 seconds, so Macho's going to be catching him, I feel, and possibly pull Mr. Rage and Jensen back up towards him. Oh, and Macho's lost it, and he might have rear wing damage. I think he's not out, which is okay. He might have a puncture on his rear left, I'm not sure, but that was big contact from behind. It's not got a puncture, but he has moved down, wow, 9 places down to 12th. And Adam's gone round as well. Adam's had an issue. Chris is now down to 16th as well, so I've missed something in the mix there with Macho. Something definitely else happened. Oh, and Nick's gone not wide. He's right behind Pelly. That was just a bit of lag. Zero's left the session. He didn't move off the line, which was a shame, really. The Extremist's doing okay here. Rob needs to get within DRS if he can. He's in the gap at the moment. He just needs to catch up a little bit. Macho's down in 11th. I think his tyres are okay. Jensen did get DRS even though he was just outside that second gap. Keke's now up to 5th and broken DRS of Flex by quite a bit as well, so Tom's going to get past Flex here on that hard compound. He's moved up 14 places already. He's going to keep Flex. Is Flex going to go for another move up the inside? No, he's going to stay behind. Tom's going to see if he can catch up with Keke now and make some gains on Smalley or Jensen. There's a yellow flag. That's Nick. Yep, that's Nick. He's going round. David Lynch's actually stopped. So he's on medium though, so he's doing a 2-stop. He can't go to the end. Mr. Rage is still only 1.5, 1.6 seconds off of Med. Jensen's still doing alright, keeping within that second gap. He's only got 13% battery. In fact, the front three are all down almost below 10. Smalley's on 35. Some of these are on 0. Like, time penalties are coming in now as well. We'll see if Jensen got DRS. Yes, he did. Keke might be able to get past Smalley here with DRS. That must have been a good move from JNTEX there, because he did it into the last corner. None of these guys could get through as well. Metro's been overtaken by LFR there down the straight. Metro and oh, something's happened to LFR because he's gone slightly wide. I think he's caught some gravel. You can see on his tyres they're a bit messed up. He is on that hard compound though, so he needs to get at least another probably 8 laps out of them, maybe 6. It'll be interesting to see when some of these medium runners box as well. I think me and Rob pulled out 22 laps on ours, which was very good on Monday for both of us. Jensen's still sticking within that DRS zone just. Keke probably will be able to make a move here. The mediums probably are dying off compared to the hards, but DRS, ERS, which he's not using ERS, so he's just comfortably sitting behind him. I think he's happy there. Pulling themselves away from Tom slightly. He was on that hard, so he'll come back into it in a couple of laps. Macho is trying to go around the outside. Oh, there is contact, but they both seem to be pretty fair with the contact. They tried to both slow down and move away from each other rather than the game dragging them both onto the gravel, so that was good respect from both of them. And Chris is out. Chris has lost it and he's completely out. I don't know, there's a safety car possibly, sector 1, 2 and 3, yellow flag. I didn't see his car there. There's his car, sitting in the wall on the side. David Enshu will be able to catch up here. He might even be able to go back onto his hards. I think some of these on mediums will box. Ned's boxed. Mr. Rage and Jensen, the hard compounders will probably stay out. And then TC had the box, he'll be in to the end. Keke's also going in, and Smalley's dived in on off his hard. So does he think he can get 23 laps out of a medium, or is he putting softs? No, he's putting mediums on. I mean, like I said, me and Rob got 22 out of ours, so there's a chance that he can. Med TC's gone to that hard compound tyre. We'll wait until this flicks through. Some of the hard people are just going through. Rob's through. Rob's into 6th. Jntech's now into 5th. Tom's up to 3rd. Med TC on that brand new hard going to the end is in 4th place. He's going to be absolutely loving life right now. The only issue he might have, I mean, Smalley's 3 cars behind. He is on that new medium. He probably can stretch it to the end. I mean, if he gets himself in a decent position, he might also be able to go for a soft towards the end, grab fastest lap and get back up into the top 5. Oh. Anyway, Keke come off their mediums, put hards on to the end in 9th. Flex is we'll go from the front. Mr. Rage 1st, Jensen 2nd, and Tom in 3rd. They're all on 9-lap-old hards. Med TC is on fresh hards in 4th. Jntech is 5th. Rob is 6th. LFR is 7th. Smalley's 8th on that fresh medium, possibly going to the end. That'd be a good effort. He's caught up with the safety car. It's going to be out for at least another lap. Someone's just boxed there. That was Jntech. He might feel that he can go mediums as well. I mean, like I said, there's 21 laps left. The safety car's going to do another one after this at least, because there's a car still mid-sector too. He's throwing the medium on, and he missed his stop there, I think. He's also getting rid of a 5-second penalty. Possibly, yep. So that's a smart idea from him. The extremist has gone soft. Where did he come out? A bit of shuffle there. Right, so LFR's 6th now. Robbie's 5th now, right. So we'll go from Rob 5th. LFR 6th. Smalley's in 7th on that fresh medium. Keke 8th on a fresh hard. Flex is 9th on a fresh hard. Chris Stapps has done well there. He's still inside the top 10 and he's on a fresh tyre. Nick's in 11th. Macho's in 12th on that fresh hard. Jntech, Pelly. Adam's still in sector 1. Cruising, he'll catch up soon. He's on a medium as well. David Enshu possibly just wants to catch up. That's why they might have flicked the soft on. And the extremist has put hards on to the end. So Mr. Rage, Jensen and Tom, they're going to have to try and keep Med TC a bit quiet here. Smalley's going to want to get rid of Rob and LFR as quick as he can and try and keep with Med. Nick's got a 5-second penalty for smashing Macho into the hairpin. I don't know if he's got any damage. It does amaze me how people slap each other like that, going 100 miles an hour. I think a few of these people would have got rid of their 5-second penalties then for collisions on that first lap. Nick's now got one, so he might be able to get rid of his, but I think he's on a hard. He hasn't stopped though, so he's going to have to serve that at some point. So the only people with one, Keke's got a 3-second, Kristaps has a 3-second, Adam's got 3 seconds, and so's the Extremist. At the moment, only Chris and Zero are out. Zero didn't move off the start line. Safety car will do another lap, and Nick's just fired past Macho. Now he's just spun Kristaps into a wall. I don't understand you, Nick. I'm not going to talk about that. Safety car's in this lap as well. That's brilliant. Messing around with Macho and then just slap Kristaps into a wall. Now he's got a box. It's not something we like to see, but I guess it does happen. We'll see when Mr. Rage goes anyway. Safety car is in this lap. Well, he's going to leave it pretty late. Building up a little bit of speed, and he's gone. Jensen did not have a great start. I think Tom is going to be on him from the line. A lot of cars are going side by side at the moment. Rob's 3 wide already, and there's nothing he can do when I think that was Keke on the outside, possibly squeezed him up. There's contact between Rob and I think that was LFR actually. There was a lot of contact. LFR was all over Rob's side. JNTEX on that soft compound's going to fly through as well. We'll go to the front quickly just to see if anyone made any moves. The front 3 all on that older tyre stayed to their positions. Smalley has got past Keke there and Rob. Rob had a bad restart but then got squashed by 2 cars. There was absolutely nothing that he could do about it. He has got Macho all over the back of him. In fact, I think Macho's going to try and make a move here. Yes, he is. He's going to go up the outside and Rob just sits him back behind. He's probably happy that he's got Macho in front of him now. Yellow flag, sector 1, 2 and 3. Pelly got a 5-second penalty because he's hit Rob under a yellow flag. I don't know if he's got damage. A lot of collisions here tonight. There are people boxing as well. Mr. Ray's Jensen, they're now going to go to that medium compound and they are probably going to go to the end. I would expect everyone who's on that hard go probably boxing. That didn't box before. Yep, everyone from the back is now boxed. It'll be interesting to see that lap 13, what actually happened. On the restart, I know what happened, but I just don't understand why it was being done. There's absolutely no need to mess around under a safety car. Kristaps did not deserve being put in a wall, but he's now back up to 10th, so good for him. He does have a time penalty. I'm not sure if that was caused by that incident, because he obviously went off track, but he'll keep an eye out for that in his video after, I guess. The Extremist doing all right. Adam's up into 8th. Wow, where's that come from? And he's on a 4-lap old medium. Where's he going to do the 22, 23 laps on this? He's in a great place anyway. I mean, he's got people people from OTL behind him as well. The Extremists in Realistic, Kristaps and Mr. Rage. So he's in a half decent place. I know he's got some pace here. He might be able to get Jay and stick with Pelly and Flex. So still a long way to go in this though. No one wanted to go soft. No one's going to box. So Mr. Rage, Jensen, Tom, Rob, David Enshu, Nick, and LFI. In fact, David Enshu didn't rebox. In fact, yes, he did, because he's gone back onto his hards that he started on. They were a lap old, weren't they? So he should have stopped 3 times. Yeah, there you go. David Enshu's back on his 1 lap old hards now to the end. Pelly's got a 5-second penalty. He's now the only one with a 5-second penalty. I guess no one's going to run out of fuel today either. These guys will probably have like 6 laps onto the end. Rob's got David Enshu behind him now. He's in between Tom, Jens, and David Enshu. Go on, Rob. Oh, I bet he's sweating a bit now. Oh dear. Safety car's in this lap, so we'll be going 17 laps left, 18 possibly. MedTC's just going to wait and let that safety car go. He's now regained the lead back to where it was, but there's a big gap back to Mr. Rage, Jensen and Tom, who were sitting 1st, 2nd and 3rd, so we'll see how late Med leaves it. I know at Bahrain he enjoyed going in a corner because he got better traction, but Smalley is on that medium compound. Med's now gone. Smalley went with him pretty much. Macho's all over the back of Keke here. Nah, you can go mediums to the end from there. Smalley is going side by side, and there's both of these 2 rows are going side by side through the first 3 corners. Then, there's contact between Macho and Keke. I don't know if Keke is going to be out from that. Oh, and then Adams hit the back of Macho, and he's gone round and caused a bit of and a lot of cars have just gone round. Jensen being one of them, Kristaps being another. Adam hit the back of Macho there, and everyone's gone round. There's a big gap now back to the ones at the back. The Extremists just got a 3-second time penalty, and while that's been going on, Smalley retained the lead. Flex is now up to 3rd on his hards. The Extremist is doing pretty well actually, sitting there in 5th. Mr. Rage and Tom got through that melee. Must have just ghosted. Adam must have just ghosted for Mr. Rage and Tom, but not for Jensen. It's something this game doesn't do very well. It doesn't ghost quick enough. I mean, that's good news for Mr. Rage and Tom, but that's bad news for and there's contact there as well, and Tom's had to make some evasive actions there, and David Enshu might even slip up both of these. He's going to have the inside to turn 1 as well, so he's going to get past Mr. Rage here. Mr. Rage has been pushed onto the grass, so he's going to have to lose 1, 2, possibly 3 spots, but Tom's now going to go for a move, possibly. Yes, he is. No, he's not. He's going to cut back. And David Enshu had a wobble there, so Tom will get past up the inside here. Nick and Mr. Rage are also going side by side. And LFR right behind them is there as well. And there's a yellow flag. I think Kristaps is round. Kristaps has gone round again. Nick is gone completely off track there. Hopefully he doesn't come back on too bad. He almost caught Rob out there.
by coming on a bit viciously, but there's a lot going on today, guys. I hope you're thrilled with all this. DRS will not be activated this lap, I believe. It will be next. The battery of some of these guys, the lap after the safety car is very low. DRS is enabled this lap, in fact, so not down this straight, but MedTC's within that gap. Smalley's just got to try and make a big gap now back to Flex. Tom is behind by 3.6 seconds. David Enshu's absolutely flying. Mr. Rage is going to go around the outside on his medium compound. In fact, LFR's got through as well, and so has Rob. They've all flown past David Enshu. I think he must have a bit of wing damage. He doesn't look like he's got wing damage, but he looks like he's struggling through corners. You don't lose 3 places coming out at first, second and third corner. It just didn't look great, but go on, Rob, up into 7th now. He's going to hopefully keep on the back of these guys. Mr. Rage's just picked up his first time penalty as well. He's on 3 seconds. That might be dangerous for him near the end, especially if LFR and Rob and all these guys just behind can keep on him as well. Nick's doing all right with his battery. Some of these guys, they're all on, I mean, Tom's doing pretty well. He's on 65 and Flex is on 50, but Smalley's just holding. We'll see if Med can get past. Med might want to just sit behind him for a few laps. It doesn't really, there's no rush for the next 14 laps. If he's, I mean, Smalley's tyres are going to go off at some point within the next 8 laps. What have you come back? You've missed a lot. My God, you've missed a lot. You missed a safety car restart that Kristaps got put in a wall on, and Adam hit the back of Macho when he was in 6th on the second safety car restart. Rob's now going round. I don't know if there was contact, but he's spun round. Oh, and who's that behind? That was Extremist. Has just gone straight into a wall. I don't know. There's another safety car. That is another. No, Jensen hit the back. Jensen was right behind Adam. Adam T-boned the back of Macho. Adam spun. Jensen smashed Adam. Then they both ghosted, which allowed Mr. Rage and Tom to go through. In fact, Tom's got past Mr. Rage there for all this melee that I've missed. Oh, wow. Safety car's back out. Jensen can catch up. I don't think he's lapped, is he? He's going pretty slowly, actually. I mean, some of these guys who started on their medium probably can go back to that medium now. Or possibly not, actually. That's 10 laps. Smalley's boxed. He didn't want to stay on that medium. He is not going to the end. I wonder how many places is he going to lose, because all the rest of these guys on medium probably will stay out to go to the end. Keke's come into the pit as well. Rob's going to carry on, so I think his tyres are going to be alright. Keke's put the soft. 2 people have gone for softs here. Keke's getting rid of a potential penalty there. Smalley and Keke have gone for softs. I mean, you never. I don't know the weather. In fact, Kristaps has gone on 9-lap-old mediums, so he's going to have to take them to 21 laps if he's going to want to stay on them. Macho's put a soft on as well, so this is going to be interesting for the first 6-7 laps to see where they can get themselves up to. Flex has now moved himself up into second. Tom's moved up 17 places to third, but Mr. Rage has a 3-second time penalty. So does Adam down in 10th. Pelly potentially can box. Ten-lap-old mediums. He can potentially box, get rid of that 5-second penalty, go on to a soft. I feel he'd only lose probably 1 place to Keke. Kristaps is too far behind. I don't think there's a 24-second gap under a safety car, so Pelly could go for a soft compound here. So might Adam. Adam's going past, he's staying on. Pelly's going to go and box. As long as he didn't speed, which he didn't. He might lose a place actually to Kristaps there, but it's only 2 places easily made up on that tyre. Because remember, Kristaps put his used medium back on, so he's going to box as well for softs. And I wouldn't be surprised once Jensen might actually box this lap for softs as well. No, he's not. He's going to stay out on his mediums. They've only done 5 laps. I didn't realise. He doesn't. He probably thinks that the medium is the better tyre to stay on anyway. But he will be absolutely surrounded by soft runners. Remember, guys, if there's anything you want to know which I haven't shown, or just ask away. Safety car will probably be out for 1 more lap after this. I can't see Kristaps catching up. Not for this lap anyway, as we enter sector 3, so. Oh dear. Now LFR's doing alright actually, sitting there in 5th. Mr. Rage and Tom have obviously got themselves back up to roughly where they were, apart from with Flex in the middle. David Enchu's doing alright in 6th there after he had to... I don't know what happened off the start. I don't know if he just drove straight off or what, but he was almost 30 seconds behind after about 3 laps, so he'll be happy to be back up there in 6th. JN Tex is still sitting in that top 8. He loves being in there. If he can finish again, he'll tighten his gap with the top lot. I know they sit in that kind of top 5, but I mean some of them aren't finishing. Some of them, I look at Macho down in 12th. I mean he's got a great chance again to finish in that top 8. I had a bit of gammon with some potato and some baked beans. A couple of tomatoes, a bit of salads, a bit of cheese. Safety car pro, it should come in this lap. Nice to see that Nick's behaving himself this time. Oh dear. Safety car's in this lap. Yeah, Michael loves it. Absolutely loves it. Smalley is the one to watch here on that soft compound. We'll see when Meg goes though. He went quite late last time, but I know he likes to mix it up. He showed it round Bahrain. I think there was a couple of safety cars there. He went 1 early, 1 late, or 1 late, 1 early. Christ, not beans. Stephen, what did you have? Med's already gone, so Med did go a lot earlier this time into that last corner. I think Tom will have flexed here into turn 1. He is on that medium compound. Everything else behind looked okay as well. There's a car going very slow and Smalley's lost it. He's touched the curb and going round. I don't think there was contact at all there. I just feel like he literally went round. Nick's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. David Enchu's got through. No, David Enchu was there. No one's actually moved, I believe, since this restart, apart from the drop place there. Jensen's made up possibly a couple of places there. MedTC's not exactly pulling away from Flex, but Tom's straight line speed doesn't look like it's as much as Flex is here. 3-second time penalty for Smalley, and he is out. And there is a safety car. Now I think, as harsh as it might be on these guys, on these hards and mediums, I think this is now soft territory. It's 9 laps. Safety car probably will come in soon. Med TC's carried on. Flex is going to go into the pit. Tom's also boxing. We'll see how many do pit. 5 at the moment. 6, 7. Interesting. So only 7 people, 2, 4, 6. Only 6 people box. Hold soft is going to be in heaven right now. Jensen, he had a chance to box onto that soft compound on the last safety car. So he might be kicking himself a little bit, but I think he can probably hold that 9-lap medium front. Well, he will be able to. He's had 2 safety cars, well, 3 safety cars in between that now. So since lap 14, 13, we've moved 11 laps, 3 safety cars. It's definitely keeping these guys bunched up. David Enchu and Med, though, they're going to have to do something really, really brilliant here. I mean, they have got, it's Pelly. Pelly's in an absolute brilliant position. Macho's going to be a very quick from there, though, in 6th. Kristaps is doing all right in 7th. Some of these guys, I think they're only with 3 seconds now. No one's got 5. So Keke, Nick, Adam, Kristaps and Mr. Rage are the only one with 3-second time penalties. As you can see, everyone else has made use to the 2nd and 3rd safety car, but Mr. Rage and Med are the only ones who have boxed once. Stephen, you try and control yourself. Pelly's up 12 at the moment. David Enchu's up 10 as well. Who's just boxed? Is that Adam? Adam's boxed up. He was on a 3-lap old soft. He better be putting softs on. He's putting a fresh soft on. Good for you, Adam. Safety car probably will be in next lap. Keke's putting a fresh soft on as well. So everyone from 9th down will be on a fresher tyre. Rod's in that top 8. He snuck back up there after that. Yeah, I think he's had about 3 incidences where people have kind of squeezed him, so he's doing all right there. Kristaps was at the back after that safety car restart, having a wing change, so being 7th, he'll be very happy. Like I said, Jensen was last after the second one as well, after that first one, with the contact with Adam on his spit after he hit Macho, so it's definitely a bit of a mixed grid right now. But Keke definitely needs a good result. Try and keep some pressure up on those top 3. Obviously, Med will just increase what he has. Smalley wasn't here last week and he's DNF this week, so he's going to be dropping off as well. Macho, I don't have it with chicken. I reckon if you and Stephen both had a bottle of red wine, you'd be on your asses. Right, safety car is in this lap, guys. We'll try and go to the end. I think there was a VSC lap one as well, so we might be pushing limit here of maybe 1 more, maybe none. I think that's 5. We'll see where Med goes this time. He's gone when he did last time on that corner. He had a pretty decent start as well. Mr. Rage will want to try and at least stick with him, but he's on that 12-lap old medium. It's just about if these guys can stay in front of each other, try and keep within the DRS. Nick had an issue there. He's going to be... Oh, someone's gone very wide there. Flex is off track. And then he pulls in front of his teammate. That wasn't Adam, was it? Flex went off track, he just pulled in front of his teammate, and now Adam's got wing damage. It's I don't know if Flex would have had damage, but I just feel you can't come back on track like that. You got to just, especially on a safety car restart, you just got to allow the cars to pass. And oh, MedTC had a bad entry there. I think David Entry just flicked the back of Rage as well, because they were all going quite slow through there. Macho has got past Pelly. Oh, Mr. Rage has been spun by David Enchu, and then David Enchu's been spun by possibly Pelly, I believe. I'm not sure there. But it could have been Jensen. Jensen and Pelly were going through the corner side by side. So if there was contact in front, that's going to be bad for one of them guys. Not Jensen or Pelly. Tom not making a move, but Kristaps has now slapped into the back of his teammate. Oh, and almost drove into the front of LFR as well. Wow. Rob's up into 6th. Go on, Rob. You crack on, boy. You stay there. Tom's going to make a move, or possibly around the outside of Macho. He's going to have the inside. Probably going to get a better traction up there as well, so he'll make that move stick. Macho's tried to push him as far left as possible. There is slight wheel contact, but Macho is still side by side. In fact, he's just snuck in behind. So Tom's going to try and get past Pelly as quickly as he can. Pelly's running out of battery, but that looked a little bit late there from Tom, but it's definitely not helped Pelly. Now Rob's moved up into 4th. Tom and Pelly, they're still going side by side, but I think that move from Tom there was a little bit too late. And then Pelly looks like he tapped Tom off the road there, but Tom and LFR have also had contact as well, and Kristaps has flown through. In fact, LFR is going to go back past him. Kristaps' car doesn't look like it's built for straight line speed here, but he's doing very, very well up there in 7th. Look at Rob there in 4th. I know he will lose the DRS to Macho, but if he can just hold himself there, he's only got Pelly behind him, and Mr. Rage just got past Kristaps there. Rob's going to get a nosebleed. What are you watching? Go on, Rob. Everyone's behind you anyway from the... Tom's now going side by side with Kristaps. Kristaps just kind of gave that position up. He's just going to fall in behind. I think there's going to be a few incidences that people have to look for. Pelly's had an incident there, and LFR is just going to fly around the outside of him. Maintain that position. Rob's broken DRS. Now, if he can keep that, I think he'll be in a pretty decent position. Kristaps is round. There's a yellow flag sector 3. That is Kristaps, so he's round. Adam, I probably has boxed to be 39 seconds behind. It was a shame. Yeah, he did. His teammate decided to pull in front of him, so Tom's going to get past. Tom's got a big drive on all of these guys, actually. He just broke in time as well. He's going to... Oh, no, there's been contact in front of him. And LFR and Pelly have gone round together as well. This is helping Rob absolutely massively. He's now only got... he's got Mr. Rage 1.9 seconds behind him. Mr. Rage does have a 3-second time penalty as well. Tom is the issue, I believe, here on Rob. There's a yellow flag. That's Pelly in a wall. Oh, they're going to need something. Stewards is going to be busy. Pelly's just gone. I don't know if there was contact, but he's having issue. He's got no wing. He's got mud all up the side of his car. We'll go back to this battle at the front, though. Jensen's found his way up into 2nd on that medium compound. MedTC's hard, probably. I mean, there was 3 safety cars in between that, so that's probably 6 of them laps, because the first one was out for at least 3. So they're still pretty fresh. That soft of Machos with 2 laps left should be all right. I mean, Mr. Rage has only taken what? Oh, he's been done by Tom. Tom's just flown past him actually there, so Tom's going to drag Mr. Rage and Nick back to Rob here, but Rob doesn't need to do anything silly. There's only 2.5 laps left. He probably might let Tom go, knowing he's extremely a lot faster than him, but then he's got those two people behind him who have that 3-second time penalty as well. JNTEX is behind both of them, so I think Rob will be alright here if he just keeps his head down and goes towards the end. Macho's just picked up a 3-second time penalty. Macho's in third. He's broken 4 seconds to Rob, but I don't think that matters. I think Macho now knows that he can't get second or potentially first now. Rob's, like I said, Rob's got Mr. Rage all over the back of him, but he does have a 3-second time penalty, and I think Rob can stick with Mr. Rage with DRS for a couple of laps. That's all he really needs to. JNTEX will get past Nick here, so, or I think he will. These guys on 1% DRS. Mr. Rage is gonna go up the inside of Rob here. There's contact, and that's Rob onto the gravel. And that's going to bring Nick up to Rob. Rob's gone very defensive straight away. Nick's had to just sit in behind. Nick does have that 3-second time penalty as well. Tom's going round. Tom has gone round. He's in the gravel. And it was good that he actually looked around him before he come back on, because there was 3 cars just coming up that strip. Jensen's still sitting there in second on his mediums. Macho still third. Med's doing very well on those hards. Parrot says he's done. I think you might want to save your video first, buddy. Right, this is the problem Rob's going to have now. He's not got DRS, but he's got 3-4 cars behind him, which will. Tom's one of them. JNTEX might be the issue here, who doesn't have a time penalty. Nick does. Nick's going to fly past Rob here. Rob's going to stay on the inside this time, I believe. He won't get passed by Tom or JNTEX. Tom being in between both of these. Oh, and there's contact. Tom and JNTEX have had contact into the same corner where everyone keeps having contact. That's turn 2. And Macho's completely out. He might have had a puncher or something, but I think Rob could get a podium here quite easily. He's only 6 tenths behind Nick going into the last lap. All he has to do is stick with him. Mr. Rage is only 2 seconds, Nick's only 2 seconds off Mr. Let me get this right. Mr. Rage is only 2.7 seconds in front of Rob. If Rob can maintain 3 tenths into these last 2 corners and the chicane, he's going to get a podium. He needs to burn as much ERS as he can. He needs to stay within that. He's 1.8. Nick's absolutely catching up with Mr. Rage. I don't know if he's got a problem. None of these guys could be out of fuel. MedTC's going to take home the win. Jensen's second. Sorry guys, I'm trying to stick with this battle here with Rob, Mr. Rage and Nick. Mr. Rage third on the road. Nick's fourth on the road. Rob fifth on the road. And Rob's going to take third. Rob's going to get a podium. That's a great drive from him. David Enshu from the back, from 40 seconds behind. I know there were safety cars, but he's moved up to 6th. LFR had an issue right at the end there, I think, with Tom or someone, but he managed to bring it home in 7th. Keke in 8th. Go on, Rob. Everyone loves the fact that Rob's got a podium. He drove bloody well at the end there as well to stick with them guys. Tom's gone round, so he's not going to finish 9th yet. Tom's going to finish 9th. Kristaps will be 10th. Adam will finish 11th, and Pelly's going to bring this home in 12th. But what a race. I know there is a lot, and I mean there is a lot of decisions that are going to be made by stewards, but I can't see Rob did anything there in that race to anyone. I know he had to slam on, and then he got T-boned and crushed and everything, but I don't think he's going to lose 3rd place. What a drive from Rob. Yeah, he did do well. There was a lot of cars in front of him as well, battling, and he was just waiting there, waiting for the mistakes from the other guys, I guess, and they came, and he managed to hold on to the 3 second to Mr. Rage and Nick there. So we'll go for the grid for the final standings. Med TC first. It was a brilliant drive from him. He pretty much controlled that race in between the safety cars. Jensen is second, Rob third, Mr. Rage fourth, Nick fifth, David Enchu sixth, LFR seventh, Keke eighth, Tom ninth, Kristaps 10th, Adam will be 11th, Pelly 12th, Macho will get fastest, he might not get fastest lap because he DNF, but the game has allowed him because he DNF last lap, so he's 13th, and JNTEX will take 14th, first time he's come outside of the top 8. Yeah, Pelly, go and send your videos in. I think the stewards are going to have an absolute bomb this week. It did look great in between some of the mishaps and violence, and I know violence helped. There was some which I thought was a bit over the top, which I will be reporting myself, but I will get Med, Jensen and Rob into the comms box. I know Jensen is a reserve, but I've missed talking to him, and he did do decently to get back up into second after having to hit the back of Adam and spin. So it's Med TC, Jensen and Rob. It's nice to see actually two people from P0 have now got a podium in HOR, which is pretty decent for the guys from P0. I know they're getting quicker. Matt was the other one now, Rob, but it's a great achievement, even for some of the OTL lot to get on the podium. Mr. Rage only just missed out by his time penalty today, but these guys have definitely improved. Let me find your podium. It's going to be weird me talking to Rob. I usually race with him. I don't think I've ever spoken to him in a comms box before. I don't really think how he's joined straight away. Absolutely brilliant. There's Jensen. We'll just give Med a couple of minutes to see if he's going to join.
I've got to go, so quickly say.
Oh, we'll go with Jensen. Jensen, how do you feel? Obviously, the safety car, I think, did or didn't help you, but you did very well to get back up into second after hitting the back of Adam and going round with him.
Well, I mean, the setup was a baseline setup, so I was struggling for pace all race, but from being a lap down to going back all the way up to P2 is a pretty good feeling.
Yeah, it was
good fun throughout the field. Enjoyed that. GG to Med as well. Pretty much controlled that from start to finish, pretty much.
Yeah, he did.
But yeah,
it was great from him.
But the safety cars, yeah, they were a little bit unfortunately timed. Maybe could have been a bit more competitive if they were not there or timed a little bit better. But yeah, like a couple came out of the best chance for the hards and then best chance to possibly go for the mediums to the end and then the softs at the end. It's like, yeah, very tricky one, but yeah.
Yeah, I saw you stayed out. It was probably the right idea in the end. The softs, I think, died off towards the end. A lot of people were having collisions as well.
It caused some chaos.
yeah, just a little bit.
But yeah, it's good.
Yeah, no, congratulations getting back to second anyway. Like you said, you were right near the back after the incident, so well done to you, and it's nice speaking to you again.
Yeah, good to speak to you guys again as well. Hopefully, I might do Jeddah next week, so hopefully be able to speak again, maybe, I don't know. We'll see. But
well
yeah,
done,
hopefully, yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I guess we'll flick to Rob then, because Med isn't here. Evening, Rob.
Hello.
I don't think you expected to be speaking to me tonight.
No, but F1 met Destruction Derby, and I came out quite well.
Yeah, there was a few incidences that I've caught myself that I feel
I've been behind about 80% of them, and it's just
was-
you just carbon fibre and bits of tyres and wheels and things happening.
I was going to say you were probably one prone to get a puncture here tonight, but you seem to keep out the way of everything, and you stuck with Mr. Rage, and I feel like you
Nick.
let Tom past.
Tom passed me going up the hill into the silly chicane at the top hill, because I went basically sideways into Aqua Minerale, like full on drifting.
He
and then
dropped
he just
it,
blew
though.
past me. He then dropped it. He dropped it in Villeneuve, came back on, and at that point Macho had dropped it. So we all just drove through, and then I managed to just hang on to Rage and Nick, because they both got 3-second time penalties for end. But them softs by end were dead.
I was going to say, I bet they were, but congratulations on a podium in the HOR.
Thank you. Quite impressed with that.
Brilliant. Oh dear. Well, we'll go to Med anyway. Pretty solid drive, to be fair, not just from qualifying on pole, but the whole drive itself. In between the safety cars, you pretty much controlled it most of the way. Did you ever feel the safety cars hindered you? I know they came out 3 times in 9 laps, but do you feel like you had that race?
Yeah, I feel like the safety cars kind of, well, the first one like kind of benefited me because I was on mediums, as you perhaps saw.
Yep, you were going to go hardest to the end.
Yeah. But yeah, then like the safety cars just kept on rolling in and out, so yeah, I just stood on hard. Well, literally, I'm sort of like everybody else pitted.
Yeah, no, when that last safety car come out, I thought, you've stayed on hards. Everyone had gone on to softs, apart from, I think, a couple behind you on mediums, Jensen being one, I feel, and someone else. But you managed, your pace tonight on them hards was brilliant. And, I mean, everyone else behind you was battling, and you just kept your head down. Smalley got past you, I think, at one stage, but then he had an incident.
No, he boxed in, and I believe I had an incident after the pit stop, so...
Oh, yes, he had the pit, yeah. But, I mean... he didn't trouble you, and you started on that medium as well, and I said at the start you did something similar this year where you'd gone on the better tyre and formed a bit of a gap behind you. Do you feel like that's a better strategy rather than starting on the hard tyre and sticking with the rest of the guys?
Well, like at this stage I don't really know because of like the safety car, so it's like more kind of like a safety car poker.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So, I'd say like usually it's better to start on hard. Well, if it's like a race like this, because like, well, of course, like the medium and soft runners like had like a tire advantage during most of the last stint.
But no, you did do very well. Driver of the day from the game, I actually missed, but driver of the day from me, I will have to give you, Med, 1 point, and Rob 1 as well. Med, you literally you controlled that race. Like I said, throughout those safety cars, it didn't look at any stage really like people were going to get close to you, and on those hards you just had the pace that others had on medium and soft, so you did very well. And Rob obviously gets a point. He did very, very well to get a podium tonight.
Yeah, I should be nowhere near this podium, let's be honest.
Yeah, you should.
You can share it, I suppose. So. Yeah.
I think that helps you in the league as well. It moves you up a few places. It was all very tight at the top, so Smalley not finishing will help, and so will Macho and Keke.
Yeah, and Zero also.
Yes.
So yeah, it's perfect race for me, pretty much.
Yep, Zero didn't move off the start, so that was a bit strange, but...
Could have been a game glitch, maybe.
Could have been. Anyway, both congratulations to you guys and Jensen, who had to just pop off and leave, but...
Minecraft.
I believe Chris will be with you tomorrow for Realistic around Imola again, and I will see you guys next week.